back to my channel. Today's video is all about the makeup look that I'm wearing right now, and I'm really excited to share this look with you guys because I was able to snag the Jaclyn Hill eyeshadow palette. This is a collaboration with Morphe, and you guys just don't know. I'm sure you probably have heard. It was a lot of trouble. Not a lot of trouble, but it took a lot of patience on the first day that this launched to get this palette. So you guys have seen this all over YouTube. This is what the palette looks like. It is so funny how, of course, Jaclyn kind of talked about the palette first, then all of the people who got a promo package with the palette, they did their tutorials, and now us regular folks finally get the palette and get to start doing our makeup tutorials with it. But okay, it happens. I was patient. So I absolutely love this palette and I love all of the colors. I'm really excited about this palette and I could not wait to film a makeup tutorial for you guys. Now I will say there's something a little bit different about my palette, and I'm not sure if you guys are going to be able to tell, but I actually used a Sharpie, a silver paint pen, to write all of the eyeshadow names on my palette. And kind of, I'm trying to see if you can see it. You have to kind of be at an angle to see what I've written here, which is exactly what I wanted. Like, I didn't want it to take away from the palette, so when I hold the palette up, you can't see it, but I can actually see the names of all of the eyeshadows. So I'll make sure to link that Sharpie pen just in case you guys get your hands on one of these palettes. You can go buy yourself a pen if you want to actually write the names, and again, it doesn't take away from the palette, but it makes it easy for you to know the names. And I did receive the little insert here that they send to tell me the names of the shadows, but I don't want to always have this out when I'm using the palette. I used the palette to create the eyeshadow look that you see here today, and today I went with a red blown out smoky eye. I wanted to do this because this is Jaclyn's signature eye look. I believe her first video with this palette was some type of red smoky eye. So I know it's a signature look for her. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for joining me for today's video. You know I love you guys and I appreciate all of you for staying with me and watching my videos. And if you are new to my channel, make sure that you click the subscribe button as well as turn on the notification bell. That way you won't miss any of my uploads. So what I'm going to do is just take you guys through my full face makeup tutorial because I did use quite a few new products or products I haven't used here on my channel in a while. So if you would like to find out how I created this makeup look, then please continue to watch.
To start off this look, I'm going to use my Smashbox primer water, and then I'm going to use my beauty blender just to spread that all over my skin to get it nice and moisturized. I'm going to follow with the Too Faced Hangover primer. I've really been loving this primer in combination with my Benefit POREfessional. I apply the Too Faced to the perimeter of my face, and then I apply the POREfessional in the areas where I really need to conceal my large pores as well as diminish any fine lines on my face. Then I'm going to follow with this Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. I've really been enjoying this foundation. It gives me a really natural luminous finish, of course. It's luminous foundation. And so I'm going to apply that using my beauty blender. Now I'm going to conceal my dark circles as well as highlight the rest of my T-zone area and high points of my face using this Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. This one is in the shade Tan. I really love it, just like everybody does here on YouTube. And then I'm going to conceal my dark spots using this Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. The Fit Me Concealer is in the shade Cafe. To set my concealer areas, I'm going to use this Coty Airspun translucent powder. You can purchase this at Walmart, guys. It's so affordable and it has really been keeping my skin from getting oily throughout the day. And then I'm going to use this medium deep translucent powder by Mercier. I really like using this one in the areas where I did not apply the translucent powder from Coty Airspun. Off camera, I'm going to define my eyebrows using this Anastasia Beverly Hills brow pencil. And then I'm going to use my lovely Sephora fan brush to dust off all of the translucent powder from my face. I love this brush. It's so soft. Oh, I love it. And I finally bit the bullet and I purchased this expensive clear brow gel by Anastasia Beverly Hills. And I have to say, I actually like it. I can't believe it, but I do like it. And now for the star of the show, the Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette. I'm going to start off by priming my eyes using this eyeshadow primer by NARS, and I kind of forgot about this one, but I'm going back to it today. I'm going to apply this transition shade. This shade is called Silk Cream, and it is basically the color of my eye, and it will really help all of the other shadows blend together more seamlessly once I begin to apply them. So the next shade that I'm going to apply, I'm just layering these shades. This one is the shade Pooter. Pooter is just another brown. It's a little bit deeper than my transition shade. Again, layering will help me to get that gradient look. And then I'm going in with Butter. It is also another warm kind of, I don't know, peachy brown shade. I really do like it, and I have been using various brushes, Morphe brushes, and I believe right now I'm using a synthetic blending brush by Sigma, and then I'm also going to use this blending brush by Smith Cosmetics, and I am applying the shade Hunts, and this is one of my favorite shades that I used today. I just really like this red, and it is extremely pigmented and it blends well. It's just a gorgeous red matte shadow. So I'm sure that you guys have heard that the key to any beautiful eyeshadow look is to blend, blend, and blend. So I blended the Hunts for quite some time in my crease area, and now I'm going in with a smaller synthetic blending brush by Morphe, and I'm using the Shadow Roxanne to just continue to deepen that red smoky eye. I really do enjoy using the smaller blending brushes whenever I'm applying shadows to my lower V or just anywhere where you need it to be a little bit more precise and more detailed. So now I'm going to go in with this shadow called a Mocha, and it is a darker brown, and I'm going to continue to deepen that lower V using the Mocha as well as the same small blending brush by Morphe. So I went back to my Smith Cosmetics blending brush, and I'm going to apply the shadow Chip. Again, another darker brown, just layering those shadows, and I'm applying that to the lower V. And then I'm going to go back in with the fluffy blending brush by Morphe just to continue to add on a little bit of transition shadow and just kind of at this point touching up all of the areas where I applied matte eyeshadows. So now I'm using this flat eyeshadow brush. It's a small eyeshadow brush by Morphe that I really like to apply my lid shadows, and I'm applying this shimmer shadow called Hilster, and then I'm going back in with my small blending brush without any additional product, and I'm just blending my shimmer shadow with my matte shadow. And now I'm going to add a little bit of pop of gold by applying the shadow Queen in the center of my lid. And I decided to go back and kind of clean up the edges of my eyeshadow by applying the Coty Airspun translucent powder and just letting that sit while I smudge some of the shadows underneath my lash line. I believe I'm using my transition shadow and maybe Hunts. I'm not sure which ones I used, guys, but I just used some of the shadows that I used on the top of my lid. So I began by dusting off this translucent powder using my Sephora fan brush, and it was a little bit large, so I grabbed this smaller brush. This is one by Morphe, and I'm just dusting off any of that powder to just kind of give that nice crisp clean look. And then I'm going to begin to line my lid. I'm using the Morphe gel liner, and I'm using my Sigma EO6 brush to begin lining the top of my lid. So I decided to really include this or leave this complete footage in my video because I really wanted to show you guys how I line my lid, and I was trying a lot of different methods here lately, and this one seems to work the best for me. I just gradually continue to add that wing, gradually inching it up bit by bit by bit, and that has helped me get a more precise wing where they look the same on both sides. And no matter what brush I try, this Sigma EO6 brush is the best one for me, and so I don't know why I keep trying different brushes. I don't know why. So then I'm going to take that liner down to my lower waterline as well, and I went back and kind of smudged some of the shadows underneath the gel liner just to kind of clean it up. Now I'm going to use this small crease brush by Morphe to highlight my inner tear duct. I love using this one to highlight my inner tear duct, and I'm using the Shadow Beam. Off camera, I'm going to apply these Flutter iSlay lashes. These are some of my favorite lashes. And instead of taking the lazy man's way out, I'm going to go back in with this L'Oreal liquid liner. When I apply this liner on top of my Morphe gel liner, it just cleans up that line and it gives you this nice, shiny, really pretty line. So yes, I need to quit skipping this step because it really makes my line look so much better. Now I'm going to add some color back into my face using this BECCA bronzer from the Sunlit bronzer collection, and the bronzer is called Ipanema Sun, and I'm using this brush by Morphe to apply it all over my face. Next, I'm going to use this foundation brush by IT Cosmetics. I like using this one to blend out any harsh lines that I have from the bronzer. I decided to grab my Anastasia Beverly Hills contour kit just to contour my nose. I'm just using any random eyeshadow brush just to contour my nose. And then I also decided to go back in with my BECCA bronzer using this other Morphe brush. It's a little bit more dense so that I can really pack that color on in my cheek area. And I'm also going to use that same blending brush just to apply one of the lighter highlighting shades from the Anastasia Beverly Hills contour kit to the center of my nose. Because I really wanted the emphasis to be on my eyes, today I'm just applying this kind of toned down blush. This one is Sweetest Cocoa by MAC. Now I need to go back and hit those lower lashes, and so I'm going to use this Extended Play Giga Black Lash Mascara from MAC Cosmetics. So to give me that all over glow, I'm going to use my Lancome Absolute Powder in Absolute Golden, and I'm going to apply that all over my face. To highlight today, I'm going to use this Milani highlighter. This is the number 2 in the shade Day Glow, and I swear it is a dupe for the Jaclyn Hill Champagne Pop. I decided to go back to this Morphe brush to apply my highlighter, and I was still feeling it. I'm using this synthetic blending brush by Morphe just to apply the same highlighter to my brows. Now y'all know what liner I'm using. This is the Cork Lip Liner by MAC Cosmetics. I'm lining my lips, and then I'm going to apply this really high priced Tom Ford lipstick. This one is in the shade Sable Smoke. It's a beautiful warm nude shade, and then I'm going to top it with the Marc Jacobs lip gloss in the shade Sugar Sugar. So now we're ready to set everything in place. I'm going to set my face using this Morphe Prep and Set spray. This is an aerosol setting spray, and it is phenomenal. Just the best. I'm going to touch up my highlight over my Cupid's bow, and now this completes the look. And I hope that you guys have enjoyed today's video. Make sure that you check out my other video where I'm going to do some swatches of this palette and just give you guys my first impressions of the palette. Please make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe, and I thank you guys for watching. So until the next time we meet again, this is Savvy signing out.